Hello, in this video I would like to show you how to update the sponsors page. You have sent me in your email one image, that image there, which I have already downloaded in the sponsors folder on my PC. And this is it. If I just briefly go through the process of how I would prepare that image first, just opening it, you will see that this image sits on a page. And to show this image at its full size, it will look like this. And as you can see, the full size is of course much bigger than what you could see there. But let's just fit image to the window. The image really consists of this whole area. So the first thing I would do is I would crop just that piece out, just that image out, and use that. So the way I would do that is to simply select the area around it. So by the way, this software that I'm using is called View. Very simple software to use. Obviously for this kind of work you're going to need to use a photo or an image editor. This is a very good editor. It's free and it is very, very powerful. Right, so first thing, I selected my image. I'm now going to crop or cut out that selection, and there it is. But you will see that what you see on the screen now is 115%. So if I make it its proper size, that would be the proper size. So now that I've got a proper 100% size to work with, I'm just going to crop it again, because I don't want too much white space around the red frame, but I also don't want to touch the frame, so I'm just selecting. That looks okay, so I will do that again. I will cut it out again. Then let's have a look at it again at 100%. This is the full size of the image. What I'm going to do is I'm going to resize this image to a size that is more usable for the web. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on image, click on resize and resample. You will see that the size of this image is 1151 pixels by 528 pixels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to 1024 to 768, but it will change it to 1024 but 470. Just because it needs to preserve the aspect ratio of the image. Right, I click on OK. Again, 133%. I'm just going back to, this is what the image will look like when you look at it on the website. Now, even at this size, the image is a little bit big. Just to demonstrate that, if I open the website, which I have opened, there, the area that you will show the image in would be that area. So it will scale it to that area in any case. So really the image is still larger than you really need it to be, but it doesn't matter. I will leave it like that, because the website will scale it down to whatever size it wants to scale it down to. So that is the image that I will use. So all I need to do now is I need to say save, in my original folder, and I will save it with the original name in a JPEG format. Say that it asks me if I want to replace the original file. I say yes, and it is done. Right, so in my opinion, the image is now ready to be used on the website. So the next thing I need to do is now to create the sponsors page. Now on the sponsors page at the moment, there is nothing. So this would be the process on how to add those images to the sponsors page. Now, to start with, the way that image will be added to the sponsor page would be exactly in the same way in which we do the photo gallery. So if I can just go to the photo gallery for a moment, this is what the images will look like on the sponsors page as well. So you'll have all the sponsors there. When you click on the image, it will then open the image, put it into a larger size, and you can view the thing properly. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. First thing I need to do is I need to sign into the website. Obviously, I'm now going to work on the admin menu. Now the process to follow in doing that, the first thing I need to do is I need to create an article. But okay, before I need to create the article, let us bring that image into the website first and put it on the server. Now in the media maintenance, I have created a high-level directory. Everything that you would do inside Denim Bowls Club folder. So if I click on that folder, you will notice that all the other folders have been created under it. I can see that there is a sponsor images folder that's been created, and there's a sponsors folder. I think I may have created the sponsors folder, I'm not sure, but clearly you don't need to. If you have to, you're going to have a bit of a mess. You must only put all the sponsor images in one of these folders. So we're going to have to choose one. If I look at that one, it is empty. If I go one up and I look at the other one, I can see that that image is already put in, and this is just a small thumbnail of what the image looks like. And if you look at it, you can see that the image is still on the full page, and that image we don't want to use. I'm going to leave it there though for the minute so that you can see what it looks like when we display it on the sponsors page. To upload a new file into this folder, I'm going to choose the file. I will go to the place where I've put the image. That is the image. I'm going to open that. I will click on the plus. You can see the pop-up says upload a new file, and I will upload the file. And there you have the image that I have just uploaded. I see this is called dental sponsor, which is a good thing, otherwise we would have been asked whether we want to overwrite it or not, and that is dentist sponsor. So names doesn't really matter. The next thing I need to do is, now that we've got the image into this folder, I have to remember that I have those two folders to contend with, and I will explain to you how we do that now. First thing is we just create a new article. And what we do is we give it a name. We will call it sponsors. And before we forget, we have to choose the correct category for this article. This decides where it will appear. We want it to appear on the sponsors page, so we select sponsors. That's all we have to do there. We go back to content, and now we have to simply type in something so it knows that we're creating a sort of gallery. So we open up with a curly bracket, then we type in gallery, and we put in another curly bracket, we close it, then we say DBC, that is the folder, the top level folder. Then we say slash and we call that sponsors. Then we type with the opening curly bracket again, a forward slash to say that we're closing a gallery, and we type in the closing curly bracket. And that basically, I think, is the only thing that we have to do. Let's test this. If I now click on save, let's see if it is happy with us. The article is successfully submitted, but let's see if it works. So if we go to the sponsors, and there we can see the two images. There's the one image and there's the other image. So and all it really does is, if you look at the article, it simply takes all the images that's in that folder and it displays on this page through that article that we created. So if we click on the image, it opens it up for us and we can see our sponsor image. If we close that and we click on the other image, as you can see there, then that is the image that I found in there, and this shows you why I cropped that piece out, because the way this shows is really not very good. Of course, if you click there, you will enlarge the image to its original size, and then you will have that. But you can see there's loads of blank space under it, which is unnecessary to have. I just pressed my escape key to get out of it. So really what we have to do is we have to remove that image and keep this image. Already you can see that it is bigger here. Now the thumbnail here is a little bit small, so I will probably do something to make it a little bit larger so it is easier to read. So I will make this a bit larger, and seeing that we're not going to have hundreds of sponsors, well, hopefully you could, but we only have 4, I think you mentioned. We can make these thumbnails larger, so I will make it larger, and you will see the result when I've done it. But first thing, I am going to remove that image just to show you how that is done. Again, we go to the media maintenance, and if you want to add new images, you have to go through the same process. You don't have to create the article for the sponsors page now anymore. It is already created, so all you have to do is you have to just add your image to this page by choosing the file and then uploading it here. Every new image you're going to put in here will be automatically added to that gallery. So I'm just going to delete that, which is very simple. I just click on there and the file has been deleted. If I now go back to the sponsors page, you will notice that it's not there anymore. That's all that I wanted to demonstrate on how to add images for the sponsors page. As you can see, it looks exactly the same way that the photo gallery page looks. Right, that is all for this video. I hope this helps you to understand how we created that sponsors page, and helps you also to know what to do when you want to add new sponsors to the current page. Thank you for watching.